Ah! Oh my God! Stop it! No, it's a rogue TARDIS! No! No! Ah! No! Get it away! Get it away! Do it! Do it!
Yes. Okay.
Okay, it's gone now.
I dragged it.
Yes. Wow, those were some amazing effects. Worthy of Steven Spielberg, I would say.
Acting.
Acting.
I am really impressed with Weatherman right now.
Anyway, I'm Carlos Del Rosario.
I'm Alan Imperial. Welcome to the Imperial Grandstand. We're talking about a Doctor Who episode.
We are talking about Series 2, Episode 4, yes? Episode 4, The Girl in the Fireplace. Another classic, one of the best David Tennant episodes in my opinion. Guest starring the amazing Sophia Myles. So, yeah, let's just get into it. Oh, by the way, this is a new series for us. We're just going to synopsize the episode, tell you why we like it in the beginning, and then, you know, after that, spoilers. And we'll do a spoiler warning when that comes on, if you haven't seen the episode. But it's like, we'll just give you a reason to watch the episode, and then, yeah, we're just going to analyze it and go nerd out stuff.
Are going to be up here.
Yeah, they're going to be up there. So, yeah, great. Okay, then, so here we go.
Yeah. So, I think we're going to call the series Episodes to Get to Know the Doctor.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Yeah. Still working on it. So, the teaser. We start in Versailles during the 18th century.
Yes.
And we hear screaming. Yeah. The aristocrats, the nobles, they're running from something. We don't know what.
Yeah, they're having a party, and then the party went bad.
And this is a reoccurring thing, a broken clock. But why is there a broken clock? Why is this important? And you have this beautiful lady, we don't know her name yet, talking to the King of France, King Louis the 15th.
Yeah. Something else in that shot, we also heard the clock, even though it's broken.
Yes.
Another
Why?
recurring thing.
Why are we hearing a clock when the clocks are broken? And she yells into her fireplace. Why is she yelling to a fireplace?
Because she's crazy.
Some say she's crazy, but she's yelling. She's yelling for the Doctor, and this is such an amazing teaser because it's setting the who, what, where, but we don't know the why, which is the most important, and I just love it. So of course you have the space thing and stuff, and
3,000 years later,
suddenly, yeah, we're in 3,000 years later in space. The Doctor is with his companions Mickey and Rose.
Yeah, if you minimize the screen, we could actually have a better shot at it.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Whoa.
Pulled behind the curtain.
Mickey and Rose. So, yeah, and they're in the spaceship, and they find out that there is a fireplace, a reconstruction of a fireplace, circa the 18th century.
But no, it's a real fireplace.
Yeah. And they see a little girl in there who is from 18th century France. And what's up with that? And they call it a spatio-temporal hyperlink?
Timey-wimey.
Yeah, it's a magic door. It's basically a magic door to the past. And on the ship...
Or to the future.
Or... No, it's generally to the past.
From her point of view.
But... on the ship, there are many doors to this young woman's lifetime. Yeah. And it's like, why? Why is the ship doing that? And it involves these killer robots that look like Robespierre from the French Revolution. Yeah. There might be something there. Yeah.
And they just keep on saying, she's not ready yet.
She's not ready yet.
Like baking a cake.
And that we need the pots.
Yeah.
And I don't want to spoil things for you, but it's pretty dark what happens. Why they need this woman, Renette. That's what she's called in the beginning.
Renette, yeah.
Renette. And
I think we're gonna do spoilers
yeah,
now.
yeah, but it's a beautiful episode. You go through the gamut of all the emotions. It's happy, it's sad, it's funny.
There's love, there's loss.
Yes, life and death. And what I love is that it's time travel. And it's unlike our last episode where it was time travel from a person being affected by time travel who doesn't actually time travel.
It's how the doctor experiences time.
Time, where he's the one that's traveling through time, and what if a young girl, meets up with a time traveler, and throughout her life she keeps on being revisited by the same person, but they don't age, and to them it was just 5 minutes, but to her it's been a decade or so. So it's and they form this amazing relationship.
Yeah. And the thing I love most about this episode is that Renette here kind of figures it out.
Yeah, she is a clever person. She's really, and again, played by Sophia Myles over here. Yeah, and she's magnificent in the part as an older Renette.
I just love this scene, but I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah,
but it's basically just politics.
Yeah, you gotta have French intrigue, some dangerous liaisons, as it were.
Yeah.
Yes. So, spoilers are gonna begin now. You have been warned. We're gonna do the thing. It's up there. So, yes. So we will go back 3,000 years into the future. So
we're going back to the future.
Yeah.
Something that is cool for the fans is that this is. Can you literally minimize the screen so we see Mickey and Rose? Because it's on the desktop.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
There we go. Let's see their beautiful faces.
Yes.
Is that this is Mickey's first adventure?
Well, it's his first adventure. In space.
In space. Right.
He's been on a number of adventures where he was just incidental, but this is the first time.
Right. When Rose leaves and then Rose comes back.
Yeah, and there's the one with there's the one with K9.
Ooh, that's
yeah. Right. No, it's like he's helped Rose out a lot, but mostly he's been Earth based.
That's right. So he's in outer space.
Outer space, and it's his first time going to outer space, and watching it on Doctor Who, outer space and stuff. What I really love is that man's shirt. He has this amazing video game Nintendo shirt. And let me see if I get a clear shot of it. Yes. Look at that thing. Know your roots.
Know your roots.
Oh, my goodness. I hear that's a limited edition.
Nice.
And that the actor, Noel Clark, he's a really big Nintendo fan. So, yeah, good on you. I like that.
And also a great band, The Roots. So it's like double whammy.
Yeah. But they end up on a ship, no people around. It looks like it's in disrepair or is in constant need of repair.
And the weird thing is the engines are at full blast.
Yeah.
And the crew should be here.
Yeah, the engines at full blast, but they're not going anywhere. Where's all this energy going? Going back to the fireplace. All right. There just happens to be a fireplace here.
Something that I'm noticing right now.
Yeah.
Is if you put the cursor on the clock, it's broken.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good point.
It's like, oh wow.
Yes, because
they have to break the clock.
They have to break the clocks because if there's more than 2 clocks heard, then something is definitely off. Yeah. French clocks in the 18th century must have been really loud.
Yeah, I have my pocket watch here, but it's not like.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't.
I can hear the action if I put it next to my ear, but yeah, I don't understand.
Yes, but the spatio-temporal hyperlink or the magic door.
Magic door.
Yes, it's just, and This is kind of like an imaginary friend thing, where it's like she's like between 8 and 10, I think, at this time, and it's like, oh, there's a man in my fireplace. It's like, oh, you have such a wonderful imagination.
I talked to him. He was on the other side of the fire.
Yes, of course he is. And he decides to go around. It's a really, nice practical effect. Kind of reminds me of Young Frankenstein, where it kind of just rotates.
Really? I go to The Last Crusade.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
It's the same thing, because all three uses a fireplace and a rotating pedestal.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah. You know what I think about when it's Young Frankenstein? We'd like to roll down in the hay.
Oh, a hole in the hay.
And then it's like, oh, okay, she just wants to...
Yes.
So here he's just talking to a little girl.
Little girl, yeah.
He's like, why?
Why? It's like, oh,
why is
the clock broken? But I still hear a clock. And the resonance is something that is at least 6 feet tall.
Because the doctor could hear that.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently he's got, like, Wolverine type hearing.
When you have two hearts, anything is possible.
Sure. And as it turned out,
Here's Robespierre.
There's a... Yeah, hold on. I think we could nickname him now. Robot Spear.
Robot Spear.
Robot Spear. And if you did not know, Robespierre was was a leader during the French Revolution. He was he was all in for the bloodiness and the guillotine and stuff. So
yeah, he said if you're not left, you're right, and
only Sith deals in absolutes.
He did. But he did deal in absolutes. It's amazing.
But Renette's not done yet, and this is the first time I have seen the Doctor do anything with telepathy. I didn't know this at the time, but like when he does that to your head, it's like, oh, he's trying to scan you or mind meld or something. And it's actually explained later in the episode. But I have not watched a lot of original Doctor Who. So maybe he did that before. If you know, if there's a precedent for this, then let me know, please.
Yeah, and let us know the actual episode, because I found out you could actually watch the classics on archive.org.
Archive.org. Yeah, I'll check some out. Yeah, we'll watch some Tom Baker. That would be cool.
They're all I only saw black and white ones.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if it definitely goes into the 70s. I don't know if Tom Baker's the 70s.
Yeah, he's in the 70s.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
I just love that there's like his hand's basically a knife.
Yeah. Yeah, he just has a really cool looking blade coming out of him. That's really nice. So he gets, and it's like, it's only a routine nightmare.
Yeah.
Even monsters are afraid of what? Me. So.
Why do demons
run? The Doctor finds what you think is an ice gun, but it's more of a fire extinguisher. Makes sense. And that freezes Robot Spear.
Yes, it does.
Yep.
And he just stops moving.
Stops moving. And here's what I love about the Doctor, and it's a reoccurring thing. There are creatures in the universe, and the Doctor is like an eternal student. He just wants to know things. He's a glutton for knowledge.
Yeah.
And it's like,
and he's just, look,
oh my God, you're so beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful. There's the word.
Oh my God.
He's enamored.
He's enamored, and
it's a new thing.
Any other, and he's faced so many dangers that when he sees something new and interesting, he's like, oh, I'm gonna live my life. I'm gonna admire this, and that's great. I love that.
But he's like, I'll still hurt you.
Yes.
So he will still stop and smell the roses, but that doesn't mean he won't.
Yeah, he will dismantle you.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's the word, dismantle.
Oh, so the Doctor goes off to look after Renette.
Yep.
But
like any good companion, they don't wait.
Yeah, the Doctor tells Mickey and Rose to just wait right here.
Yeah.
Don't get any trouble. I'll be right back. And it's like,
And Mickey's like, really? We're not waiting. And Rose's like, oh, good. You're learning.
it's like,
yeah, we're not waiting around.
Yeah, I was like, we're going. And it's like, yeah, it's great. And it's just, now you're getting it.
And conveniently, there were 2 fire extinguishers.
Yeah. And if they don't do stuff like this, you know, they're like, they don't do anything. They'd be boring. So.
Yeah.
So the Doctor goes back to 18th century France.
Now he's thinking he's gonna see a little girl.
Yeah, but who's this lovely lady? Oh my God! Yeah.
And then you find out that this is Renette because her mom's calling.
Renette was like, I thought you were just
like
an imaginary friend.
Oh yeah,
and,
she's like, wait,
you're
like, real?
And you must be very persistent.
Man.
Yeah, and this.
She has to, and I love this. It's like most people, they're afraid of the Doctor, or they give people. She's like, nope, I'm just gonna be all up in there.
From her perspective, for maybe 10 years, this was the image of the man that drove away the monsters.
Ah.
So.
Oh, this is her knight in shining armor.
Yeah.
In a suit.
Not knowing that if he was real or not. You know, it's like that's got to be crazy, and I love this. And before this Doctor, maybe even Eccleston, the Doctor was kind of asexual. You know, he didn't really get into romantic relations. That changed. That changed. But it's just the chemistry between David Tennant and Sophia Myles. It's undeniable. You know, it's like, wow.
Yeah.
And I think eventually David Tennant started dating the actress for like a year or so.
I don't blame either of them.
Yeah. Yeah, they're 2 very pretty people, so I mean.
And he just ends up marrying somebody as pretty.
Yeah, eventually, who also played his daughter, but is also the daughter of
the Doctor. So that might be his daughter.
It gets into some weird Doctor Who incest. We'll get into that later, but
it's on the list.
I'm not a big fan of that episode.
Well, we're going to talk about it.
Well, yeah.
Well, we
did talk about it. Great. Magnificent. Yes. The Doctor finds out. Oh, wait, whoa. Oh, they start snogging, as it were. Yeah. Yes, they snog.
Well, like, she's been dreaming about him for 10 years.
Yeah. Don't waste no time, because you don't know when you're going to see this mystery man again.
He just keeps on coming in and out of her life.
Yeah. And she's called to see her mom.
Yeah, she's like, okay, he's real. I'm out of here.
And then,
and now here's like a helping hand or something.
And it's like, and the Doctor realizes that was Renette Poisson, who would eventually become Madame de Pompadour. And he is like a fanboy. He's like, what, artisan, courtesan, magnificent gardener. It's like, wow, you've read her Wikipedia, buddy. All right.
I think he's read everybody's Wikipedia.
And it's like,
so he's just happy.
He's just really happy. Like, yeah, oh my God, I made out with a celebrity. Okay,
yeah.
That's cool. And it's like, I love this because when he goes back, I just snogged Madame de Pompadour. And when he goes back and does the whole fireplace, it's like he's,
something that on this freeze frame, if you go back a little bit, you kind of notice the top pedestal moves up and down.
Yeah, it's literally a wobbly set there. Yeah, look at that.
He broke the set.
Yeah, not unheard of with Doctor Who, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah. Tennant does that.
That happens. Tennant, the Doctor, he comes back to the ship,
and he's just upset with the Scooby-Doo gang.
It's like, oh, what? They never, yeah.
Well, to be fair, it could have been like years or minutes.
Yeah.
He doesn't know.
He doesn't know. And the Doctor finds on the ship a horse.
Why is there a horse?
There could be anything on the ship, and that's a horse.
Yeah. So they're not wrong. Now, I would ask why there's a horse on the ship, but they literally said there could be anything on the ship. So it's like, oh, okay, they weren't kidding. Now, I love this early 2000s CGI.
You know,
better than the CGI we're doing here. So
here's the thing. It's, there's an element of campiness, and this is not how we film things now, especially with British TV. But there's really a charm to how, the first few seasons of of Doctor Who was in the mid 2000s, and it's they eventually they got better cameras and stuff, and it looks amazing now. But I am kind of partial to their CG and stuff during the Russell T Davies era. And it's like there was just, oh wow, this is fun. Yeah. This is just fun. You're kind of stretching things to the limit, but I gotta say I enjoy this.
For me, they were much more willing to experiment instead of throwing monies at a problem.
Yeah.
Because they do that a lot now, I feel, with like their CG work, where it's like, we just get a bigger farm, and we'll make it more spectacular. Where there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, look at Endgame, but it's like, I kind of miss this low budget effect where it's like a search and charm.
Yeah. Yeah. And the sets, they look like sets. Yeah, I'm not gonna deny that, but it's like, yeah.
That's
no,
again,
it's part of the charm.
For me, that's part of the charm.
Part of the charm.
It's like,
yeah.
You could do this at home, make believe.
Yes. But Mickey and Rose, they notice that
this camera
that has an actual eye in it, and later on they look through one of the ventilation shafts, and they discover that, wait, that's an actual human heart, and something's going on.
And to be fair, this is a kid's show, so.
This is a kid's show, so.
They
could make it a lot more gruesome if they wanted to, but it's.
Because I've thought about this over the years.
Yeah.
It's like, I know they could do better effects, but no, they have to hold back here.
Yeah.
Because it's shown during prime time.
Yeah. No, they in Britain they can't show at least during this time slot at the time. No blood.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is why the Cybermen were great.
Yeah. The Doctor goes back, and he's basically just stalks Madame de Pompadour. He's smitten. Look at how smitten he is.
He's admiring her.
If David Tennant looks like you like that, it's like, ooh, oh. If he looked like that, oh my God, David Tennant. Oh my goodness. Yeah. And this is before Brunette has met the king.
Yeah. This is before she gets her title.
Yes. The mistress before Madame de Pompadour, she has fallen ill.
Oh, they're inconsolable.
Inconsolable. No, they're not. They're like, yeah, we're gonna take her spot.
Gonna slide in them.
Gonna slide in there. Back on the ship. Oh, they look through another window, and they see the first meeting of Madame de Pompadour with a King Louis XV. You see how much history I'm learning?
I just want to know how the Doctor knew that. Because he's the Doctor, obviously.
He's the
like, oh, this has to be the first night they met.
And
she's just like, wow, you're fanboying over this girl.
It's like you're fanboying.
Look at her. She's just like, this man is just totally smitten.
Yeah.
Because he does drone on and on about her in this scene.
And it's like, and how Madame de Pompadour, she is the mistress, and that there's a queen, but they actually get along. From historically, that's what happened.
I'll take your word for it. France.
Also,
it's a different planet from the Doctor's.
Yeah, totally different planet. Mickey, I forgot to mention. There's this really fast scene where the Doctor is talking to the young Renette, and it's like she's from 18th century France. How do you know that? She was speaking French. No, she wasn't. She was speaking English.
Yeah.
Like,
and they have to explain, no, the TARDIS doesn't.
the TARDIS, it has a translation matrix. It can translate all languages. And he's like, even French? And it's like...
They're both on the same planet, buddy. Like, your mind's going to get blown soon. Oh, it's wonderful. It's wonderful just how green he is.
Yeah. And, oh, by the way, Billie Piper. I miss Billie Piper in Doctor Who, man. She is, like, the cutest thing ever. Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No arguments here. So they're meeting, and it's like, hey.
Yes, but then,
she realizes the clock is broken.
The clock is broken, and now there is
this dude.
Well, yeah, it's not Robot Spear.
No, it's
but
it's a I don't know the word for in French for your
automaton.
Compatriot.
Compatriot.
But in French.
Yes. The doctor and the gang. They bust in to protect her. They bust in, like, and this is so Ghostbusters. They just have the giant fire extinguishers, and it's like, nope. And
they know they need them, so
yeah,
like, of course you carried her.
Yeah. I'm not denying that.
Good job, Mickey.
Good job, Mickey. Great. And what I like is that Mickey, when he's around the area, he's kind of acting like a soldier here, right?
Yeah.
He's taking point, and it's like he's just pretending he's like in Aliens with a Gatling gun and stuff.
For me, this is foreshadowing.
Yes, that's what I was going to get to.
Because eventually he has to defend the world. Yeah,
eventually that's the person he becomes. He becomes a defender of not one but two worlds.
All right.
So
they have to do the thing.
Yeah. So
maybe we'll get there.
That's some amazing self-actualization.
Yeah. Because here he's pretending.
Yeah, he's just pretending.
And eventually he's literally giving orders.
Yes. Yeah. But they say that Renette is not complete.
Again.
What does that mean? And that for some reason the robot responds to Renette's orders to
yeah.
Yes.
She's still got it. And they're just interrogating, and Renette is freaked out because she finds out that the robots, the repairmen, think that they're the same.
We are the same.
And it freaks her out, and she dismisses.
We are not the same. Get out of here.
Yeah.
And then it's like that was the direct order.
And he gets out of there. And,
yeah.
And she must choose her words more carefully. But
yes.
It is kind of upsetting.
Yeah.
Now I love this scene because sure, the doctor went in her mind a few times, and but here she goes through his mind.
Yes.
You never really get that insight with the doctor about how lonely he actually is.
Yeah, and this is such a well-written scene because there's a lot going on. There's a little flirtation. It's like, oh, how old are you? I'm like, oh, such an pertinent question, such an early time. How promising. And it's like, oh my God, she's great. Yeah. And is it me or does David tend to have really long fingers?
Or she has a small face.
Or maybe she has a small face. I don't know. That's a very good point. But
we need like a football, whichever one.
Yes. The Mickey and Rose, they're taken.
Yeah, because they're just doing their thing, and Mickey isn't a soldier yet. And he tries. Now here they're back and forth, going into each other's thoughts. He's lonely. She is just super attractive to him. Yes.
So, do you think that the doctor, when Renette was young, momentarily scanned her mind?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I think too. We just didn't know it at the time. He just said it, but
yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's the same hand positions.
Yeah.
Because he had to find out what happened to her.
Yeah.
Because they're scanning for something and they still don't know what.
Yeah.
So he's trying to figure it out.
I think, as a telepath goes, he's very polite because what he says is, "I'm going to search through your mind. If there's something you don't want me to know, just imagine a door. Oh,
And
there's a door.
And I think she imagined a door, and then she made it into an archway.
It's just
and it's like, oh, I can't look away now.
there's a door. Oh, look at there are many doors now. Okay.
Yep.
Yes, but then she notices in her mind that there's a door that went both ways, and she went into the doctor's mind and saw, a glimpse of who he is, and she calls him the doctor, and it's like, what?
I never told you my name.
Never told you that, and it's like, and this is actually very important for the future. It's like, Doctor who? It's more than just a secret. And it's like, yeah, the name of the Doctor has been a mystery for a very long time, and Stephen Moffat, the writer, makes it a very big thing in the sixth or seventh season. Yeah, so yeah, it's very important, and it's one of those big mysteries. And like, I don't want to know the Doctor's name, to be honest, but it's just one of those great mysteries where it's like it's it would just be crappy. It was like, it's Larry. His name's Larry. And it's like, doesn't work.
The one thing I love, before we go back on topic, is that he uses his name as a way for trust.
Yes.
And I actually do want to talk about that episode. I think it's important.
Yes. Yeah, I think you're referring to Silence in the Library and Forest of the Dead with Dr. River's Song. And, yeah, River's...
Another great novel story.
Yeah. Oh, God, they're always so sad in Doctor Who, aren't they?
If they weren't, we wouldn't watch.
Yeah.
I kind of came to that realization.
Yes, but since Renette knows the Doctor, and it's like, such a lonely boy, such a lonely childhood, even lonelier now. And it's like she feels that it's like, oh my God, the Time War, and now he's the last of his kind, or so he thinks.
Yeah. And maybe she doesn't know all the details, but she knows his hearts.
He knows his hearts, and she insists that she dance with him, and that she will make the king jealous first.
There it is.
She's great. She's so great.
She's
fire.
She is having her cake and eating it too.
You don't want to mention cake to the peasantry.
I'm literally doing it for right now. Eat the rich! Eat the rich!
All right, so back to Rose and Mickey. And Rose is, they got captured. Rose is trying to, get herself out. I'm like, oh, do you know what they called the Doctor? He's feared. Have you heard of the Daleks? And it's like, and other companions have tried.
She's building it up,
building it up. I'm like, and she's clearly afraid, but it's like, do you know what the Doctor's going to do to you? You know what they called him? And then the Doctor just comes in as a drunken jerk, just with the tie, with a headband, with
his sunglasses on,
a drink in hand, and just singing My Fair Lady.
I could have danced all night. I could have danced all night. Drunkard.
And I love this because it is vintage Doctor, where it's like he's just gonna be super silly, ridiculous,
misdirect,
and just misdirect. He's a magician.
Yeah.
He's a magician, and it turns out that he had a plan all along.
What do they call him again?
The oncoming storm.
The oncoming storm.
Yes. And it turns out that in his wine glass was a multi-grade anti-oil.
Yeah.
Which is basically glue, I feel?
Yeah, because if it's supposed to move, it doesn't.
Okay.
That sounds like glue to me.
That sounds a lot like glue. Here's my thing. Like, where did the Doctor get it? Like,
it might have been on the ship.
Yeah, that's what I feel. He couldn't go into the TARDIS. The TARDIS is in this room at
Yeah.
this time. So
And it shouldn't be in France.
it shouldn't be in France. So I'm guessing he found it somewhere on the ship. And it's a ship in the future. They'd have stuff.
Yeah, things to move, things not to move.
Yeah. So I was always wondering, yeah, when that's set up, and like, okay, he found it somewhere. I assumed it was just somewhere on the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should ask Moffat.
And
So
he also pulls a lever which shuts down the robots temporarily.
He thinks he's saving the day.
Thinks he's saving the day. And he learned through scanning Renette that they're checking her millimeter.
Yeah.
Because they want to know how old she is.
Yeah, because
because they need
have
her
this weird thing.
Yeah, they need her brain to fix the ship. And
For whatever reason.
yeah, and this is where I think this is just bad coding. Where the robots, their main goal is to fix the ship, and that's their number one priority. And they will fix the ship by, disassembling the crew and, taking an eye out of a person or using, someone's heart.
Now, something that we missed because we didn't have the subtitles as
Yeah.
usual is Mickey says, "Oh, I smell roast."
Sunday roast, definitely. And it's like,
That might not be something you want to eat.
It's human.
Soylent Green!
Soylent Green, it's made of people.
Yeah, and you just had to say, don't use living things to fix the ship. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they didn't do that.
Yeah, they didn't really think through the...
They did not troubleshoot this code.
Yeah.
And so the ship is, 37 years old, so they need Renette to be 37 years old?
37, yeah. So the robot spear, he drains the anti-oil, and they beam out because they found a window into the past where they can abduct Renette and take her brain.
Yeah, they've been looking.
Yeah, and so they teleport away. Back to Renette.
I love this.
Yeah, I love that she's like, something's wrong. There's a stranger in my room, and then she automatically just checks the clock.
Yeah.
And because like, is it a robot person? What?
Nope, clock's fine.
Yeah, and it's like a canary in a cage. Yeah, I love that. And she has a talk with Rose, and it's they're explaining what the ship is, and
she basically figures out time travel.
Figures out time travel, and like, wow, that's...
The Doctor's right about you.
Yeah. That there's a ship that has pieces of her life, and then they could traverse through that, but she has to go the long way round.
And I love that.
Weary traveler.
They keep on saying that because eventually, PCAPs.
Yeah, PCAPs. The long way round. And... she's, at this time, I guess she's in her late 20s.
Or, no, she's...
or maybe
32.
early... 32, yeah.
She's exactly 32.
32.
Because Rose says to Madame Pompadour, yeah, we're coming in 5 years to help.
Yes. Yes. And, it's... From her perspective, it's like she's been in love with the Doctor, and she will...
For 25 years.
For 25 years. And to have the Doctor, she's willing to have the demons.
Yeah.
And it's just, she loves the Doctor so much.
Yeah. And, wow, I just realized something.
Yeah?
She met the Doctor when she was 7. And now this is happening at 37.
Yeah, so this is...
30 years.
Yeah, 30 years. Yeah,
wow.
Roughly, yeah.
That's a long time to have the Doctor in your brain.
In your life, yeah. Yeah, there's a conversation between the two, and it's like, this was, Rose says, but this wasn't supposed to happen. It's like, but it did happen. Yeah. All of it.
And I love that, because she understands, like,
no.
She's like, I don't care what's your history, this is my present. And that's great. Madame Pompadour.
So,
Mickey is telling. Well, Rose actually tells Madame Pompadour, "Hey, we're actually trying to save you right now because it's happening in real right now in our time." So Mickey's like, "Oh, we gotta go to the other time."
gotta go to
And
the other.
now,
We found it. We found the door.
yeah.
And
And Madame Pompadour's like, "I'm going to the future."
this is very meta. And technically, at this point, I didn't think about this. She is a time traveler.
Yeah.
Yeah. She has traveled through time. And she hears the screams. What's to come in 5 years?
Yeah.
And she's steeling herself and like. It's like, is it worth it? Is it worth it to have the doctor?
Of course.
Yes.
Man, I didn't. Oh man, that my mind is blown.
Yeah.
She traveled 3,000 years in the future.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So we're back to the teaser, and I love this. Just this circular storytelling, and now we have all the context. We know who everyone is, and
We're
it's
back
just
to the
it's
third
like
act.
the puzzle is solved, and we're back to the third act, and it's the robots are taking control of the ship.
And it makes much more sense why Madame Pompadour and King Louis are at a fireplace.
Yeah, Madame de Pompadour.
Madame de Pompadour.
Yes. And yeah, you got the robots.
Robot Spear with his robot people.
Yes. So they find the window, but the robots have locked them out.
Yeah, and the only way to get through that is to literally break through.
Yeah. Okay, one thing.
But if you break through, for them, you can't go back because you broke the window. You didn't actually step through it.
Yeah, yeah. If they break that window, they sever all connections through the other windows, and it's you can't go back.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they talk about using the TARDIS. Why can't they use the TARDIS to go back in time? And the Doctor says it's because they're part of events now. And it's like, okay, that's like a made-up rule. I'm like, I don't know how time travel works, but it's like,
you've used the TARDIS.
yeah,
before.
why can't you use the TARDIS right now?
Yeah.
And we know later on that the TARDIS can not just move through materialize and dematerialize. It could literally move around, so you could use it as a battering ram if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah, she could take it.
Yeah, she can. She doesn't like it though.
She doesn't like it.
Yeah. But desperate times.
Yeah, desperate times. But it's like that always irked me. That that it's like, all right.
I guess they didn't want to give themselves. You know why? They had to write themselves a no way out situation.
Yeah, and it's important in drama. But like when you have a time machine, you could solve so many problems when you have a time machine, and it's like.
But we won't have the payoff with the thing.
Yeah. We'll talk about that. But it works. I'm willing to say it works dramatically. It's just I just don't understand
if you were there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're part of events now.
We're part of events now. Like, what's that supposed to mean? You're always part of events. That's what you do. You're the Doctor.
Oh, he's not the Doctor. So I love this. Did he use the horse yet?
No.
okay.
But I think this is great because she's been haunted by these figures for 30 years, and she's finally standing up to them. And it's like, if you're the nightmare from my childhood, then the Doctor,
then
he's
your
yours.
Nightmare will come and haunt you.
Yeah. Now I don't have the exact line because we don't have captions, but she's friggin' amazing in this. So courageous.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if I could step up to my nightmares. But what I love is before this. Can you get that wide? You don't have it. Anyway, there's this wide shot, and she's like, "We are French."
We are French.
And it's like,
this is Versailles, and we are French.
Lady, that's Versailles, sure, but I've been hearing English this whole time.
No, they're speaking French.
The TARDIS. Right. It's because of my screwdriver.
Yes.
Got it.
So yes.
So
Yeah, if my nightmares can return, so can yours.
yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. And she's great. And she says, I have no intention of setting foot in your world. And they
And Robot Spear is like, we don't require your feet.
your feet are not required.
And it's like,
Oh, damn. So, the doctor decides on Arthur, the horse, which he named. And I love that touch. It's like, you named the horse.
he's like, you got to bring Mickey.
Yeah. Like, you're not keeping a horse. Like,
You got to keep Mickey. I like how he's like, hey, you get to have a companion.
yes.
So
It's like, why not a horse? The TARDIS is pretty large, man. It's like you can have like a stable and stuff.
yeah, if they could have a swimming pool.
You could have a swimming pool. Like, how many squash courts? I mean,
could be converted.
yeah.
But anyway, he uses the horse to break through.
Breakthrough. Yeah, this effect doesn't really hold up that well, but it's like.
But in motion, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's not great, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're trying.
Let's go to the next one.
And
so
here he is, the dashing hero, just coming in on literally a white horse.
So this is literally my favorite line of the episode. Madame de Pompadour introduces King Louis XV. He's like, this is the king.
Yes, and I'm
the Lord of Time.
I'm the Lord of Time.
And it's like, he is. He barely gets to use the title, but
no, it's not a title. It's the name of his race. It's like they're not actually.
You're blowing my mind right now. What?
What?
I honestly thought that was like a title, Time Lord.
It might be. Amy Pond actually makes fun of it. It's like, he's not actually the Lord of Time, right? He's just.
I always thought she was a hater.
she's spicy. Yeah, but yeah,
But here he is, just being all like victorious.
Yes, victorious, and as soon as he broke that window, he saved the day. It's a foregone conclusion because once that connection breaks,
they're stuck.
Yes, they're stuck.
Oh look, it turned into a brick.
And they have no way of going back, and so they all shut down, Phantom Menace style.
We lose the will to live.
They all lost the will to live. Very good. Okay, now my question.
Or the spaceship broke from Phantom Menace.
Now my question is, all right, so the Doctor chooses to go through the window, save Madame de Pompadour, sealing himself off. Now you have Mickey and Rose, and are they stranded now on this ship? Because I honestly don't think they know how to pilot the TARDIS at this time.
Did he give her the key?
I'm pretty sure she has a key by now, but yeah. Now there is an emergency HAD system.
That's right.
That brings people back, and you can automate that, and he's probably done that before for Rose, but yeah, just something to think about.
He might have set something up.
Yeah.
Before he went out.
I know he does that with Clara.
Yeah.
Because that's how they ended up on a submarine by accident. Because.
Oh yeah, that's right.
the HAD system, he was playing around with it and just malfunctioned.
It's like, this is an accident. And then it's basically Hunt for Red October.
Yeah.
And jeans.
Yes. It's like.
Oh, that's a fun episode.
Yeah, that was a fun episode.
So back to the Clockwork Men.
Clockwork Men, they all fall apart.
Yeah.
The Clockwork Men.
And here is something I love. The Doctor's drinking.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's drunk, but it's like, look, he's drinking.
He's drinking, and it's like, yeah.
And he's just flirting, talking about, oh look, we could be together, blah blah blah.
Yes. And
how about you gonna get money? What's money?
How
does one earn money?
I'm gonna have to make money.
Yeah, he's figuring out. Oh, he's stuck here.
Yeah, it's like that's the money. Look, I'm like, how does money work?
Yeah. he travels through time and he doesn't know how money works.
And it's like,
And
but you know, I don't feel too bad because like he's with a woman that he definitely cares about, even
he's
though
an aristocrat. He's gonna be fine.
yeah,
In France, aristocrats are beloved
yes,
or beheaded. I don't know which one.
yes.
So,
But Madame de Pompadour, she
so they're talking about how all the windows are severed, and how he wishes he could find another window just to see if it still works.
well, Renette, she mentions that she has a surprise for him,
Oh, that's right.
and it's the original fireplace that she had in her old room that she transported to Versailles.
It's not a replica. It's the actual thing.
Yeah, it's the actual thing. And when it was moved, it was disconnected, but there is a way to reconnect it.
So if he's very lucky,
If he's lucky, if he's very, very lucky.
he could get back. And I love this. He's like, "Wish me luck." And
She's like, she knows what's going to happen. She's like, she's read the script. It's like, they're never gonna. She's like, I'm never gonna see him again.
Yeah.
It's
like,
so
no,
sad. No,
I'm
please.
wishing you luck.
And it's like, the doctor doesn't like.
He doesn't get it.
He doesn't get it. Like, why? What?
I don't understand.
Oh, and this is just heartbreaking. And it's like,
This is our last conversation.
look out the window, choose a star. We're going to it.
Yeah.
And it's like, and to me, Madame de Pompadour, I would love her to be a companion. I mean, she would have been great.
But
wasn't meant to be.
no.
Yeah. And this is the last shot we see of her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just looking at the stars.
Just looking at the stars.
hopeful.
Yeah. We're
And-
back. And it's like,
Wait, 5.5 hours.
wait.
That's the appropriate time.
How long were you waiting? 5.5 hours. That's good. Just wait 5.5 hours.
All right. Making it up as you go along, Doctor.
Yeah, the doctor, he returns
He's like, what?
and it's like everything's so dark, and it's just when he does that, you just know, oh, I knew it. I felt it. She's dead. She's dead.
Spoiler! Well, this whole thing was a spoiler.
Yeah.
But
And the doctor receives a letter from King Louis, from
Madame
Madame de Pompadour, and there she goes, leaving Versailles for the last time.
Now the king, usually gets his way here.
Yes.
But it's like no,
It's like,
he doesn't.
what does the letter say? And the doctor just slips it into his pocket and like, quite right.
Of course.
Quite right.
Quite right.
And you see the devastation on King Louis XV's face. It's just,
He loved her.
yeah,
France is weird.
different planet.
Different planet.
So we're back on the TARDIS, and the doctor is pretending like, yeah, he's fine, like he can close up all the portals now.
And Mickey knows better because he's like, hey, wait a minute, where's your? Oh, she's not here.
Yes.
So Mickey I think gets it. Rose is getting it.
Yeah.
And Mickey's like, yeah, let's go because I want to see the rest of the TARDIS.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
his bro just needs some alone time. I mean,
he feels it.
yeah. And the doctor reads the letter from Renette that she doesn't have a lot of time left, but she hopes to see the doctor one last time. And and the symbolism of just the fires going out. And to them, the mystery of why, they wanted Madame de Pompadour's brain, it's not really solved, but the audience finds out eventually because
The TARDIS was in the way the whole time.
TARDIS was in the way the whole time. It dematerializes, and we see a painting of Madame de Pompadour, 1721 to 1764.
It's like, well, that's hyper specific to have in a spaceship.
Yes, and it turns out that was the name of the spaceship.
So they just said, oh, we're named after her. We have to get her.
Yes, and it's just floating in space, and you can't hear it because we're not playing video, but the music it's so beautiful, but also so sad. It kind of begins like some chimes, like a toy music box. I think that represents childhood, but then becomes like a full orchestra. A girl and going to a womanhood, and then it starts slowing down, winding down, and then it becomes the music box again. It's like, oh boy.
I never
Oh,
analyzed it. I
oh
just
man.
listened to it and was sad.
Yeah, and there's that part where it's just there are parts where it's just kind of just drifting in space a little bit. It's just the loneliness, the love. You feel it in that. And Murray Gold really outdid himself with that
Soundtrack.
soundtrack. Now,
With that piece.
yeah, I love his work on Doctor Who in general. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, excuse me.
So, I just love that sometimes the Doctor doesn't have to know things. He can just let it go. And he's okay with just not having the answers. Because, they don't know.
Yeah. Now, I definitely feel that there are some Star Trek influences on this episode. Like City on the Edge of Forever. Do you remember that one? Kirk goes, I'm sorry, Bones, the Doctor, he gets all drugged up and goes through time.
Okay.
And then Kirk and Spock go back through time too. Kirk meets up with a woman, Edith Keeler.
Oh, I know which one you're talking
And it turns out if Edith Keeler lives,
the Nazis are just...
the Nazis take over for some reason. It's not really clear. So he falls in love with this woman, but he knows that
they're star-crossed.
I have to let her die. And there's a little bit of that. Also, another episode that I really love in Deep Space Nine, The Visitor.
Oh, man.
Do you remember that episode?
No, remind me.
So, when they're on the Defiant, Captain Sisko, he's struck by a wave of energy in the engineering, and he goes in and out of time, and Jake, his son,
has
to help him get back, but he keeps on seeing, to Jake, he sees his father maybe every 10 years or so, but to his father, it's like no time has passed.
Yeah.
It's just, and it's like his father basically just becomes unstuck in time.
And he has to get
and
restuck.
it's so sad. I love that episode. Yeah.
Oh, and it takes his whole... Yeah, and just like in this episode, it takes his whole life to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Also,
Wow,
I never...
That's a great parallel.
Yeah, I never read the book, but the Time Traveler's Wife.
I never saw the movie.
Yeah, the movie with yet another movie where Rachel McAdams is in a time travel movie, but doesn't ever time travel. She's in like at least 3 or 4 of them, and she's always like, she is the time traveler's wife, but she doesn't time travel. And it's Eric Bana who's actually going through time, doing crazy things while she ages like a normal person.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Because, they talk about that a lot in physics. Something about relativism and speed of light, yada, yada, yada.
Yes. So,
I actually think this is one of the best episodes.
Yeah, it has a lot of... Yeah.
And
No,
it's so early in his tenure.
Yeah, this is his 4th, maybe 5th episode, because there's the Christmas special,
right.
And then there's this and that. But yeah, this is before this episode. I like Doctor Who. I like the idea of just going to different planets, but this is an episode I saw for the first time, and then I was just in tears. I'm like, this really affected me. I was like, wow.
It really, I guess, for lack of a better word, humanized the Doctor.
Yes.
Because for me, it was like, it's just this guy who bounces around. I remember watching an episode as a kid, and they're just talking heads in a parlor, So when I saw this episode, I'm like, wow, this really, really, really is more than what it was from Nick and Night days.
Yeah. Well, this episode for Doctor Who has it all. I feel just all over the place. It even got some timey-wimey, time-bending stuff that's going on, and I adore that. This episode was actually referenced later in the episode Deep Breath. It's Capaldi's first full episode.
Yeah.
And he has to deal with a bunch of robots who take human parts. So, yeah, and it's like, and to Capaldi, the events of The Girl in the Fireplace that happened thousands of years ago. So it's like, I don't quite remember, but I'm like, I know what you're referencing. Yes.
Is that the one with the dinosaur?
Yes, there's a dinosaur in the Thames.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So, nice little reference there, and I would, I would have loved to have seen Sophia Myles come back on the show, but as a different character.
They've done that a bunch of
Yeah, they've done that. They recycle characters. It's like a Hercules and Xena thing. How many people on Doctor Who have played different roles? I mean, but yeah, you could play a descendant or a great niece or something. It's like, yeah, because I think she's a magnificent actress.
But they didn't do it.
Yeah, they didn't do it yet. Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe they'll bring her back.
Maybe.
But I doubt it. It's been a while.
Hey, you know what? They brought back Captain Jack, so
I gotta
we'll see what's up. Yeah, well, did you start Torchwood?
Yeah, I'm in the middle of season 1.
Okay.
I think I'm by the season finale.
Did you get up to the Dr. Martha Jones episodes?
Yeah, there was one of her. I'm like,
there she is. That's nice. Yeah. But yeah, I think that concludes it. Any more notes or comments?
No. I'm just hoping we didn't waste your time.